Elon Musk is known as a man who aims to change the world. With SpaceX, Tesla, Solar City, and many other projects, he has made a name for himself as a visionary for humanity. However, behind his successes lies a little-known truth. Musk has always feared one rival, one person. This person has become his biggest fear, overshadowing his successes and following his every move. While the world knows Musk for his daring steps in space exploration, revolutionizing electric cars, and innovations in solar energy, few know about the fear he carries. No one is aware of the rival Musk faces or the fear he harbors regarding this individual. 1. The secret rival, Jeff Bezos. Musk's greatest and most secretive rival is, surprisingly, another tech giant in the same sector, Jeff Bezos. Musk has led the way in space exploration, but Bezos, as the owner of Amazon, has made revolutionary business models his success. But the rivalry between these two men isn't just in the business world, it runs deep in terms of their vision for humanity and their significant investments. Although Musk has been the leader in space with SpaceX, Bezos, with his Blue Origin projects, has always posed a threat to Musk. Musk, while always trying to stay one step ahead, could never ignore the fact that Bezos, like himself, has big dreams, making him a constant source of competition. At first, Musk saw Bezos simply as another competitor in the industry. However, over time, Bezos's work ethic and strategic vision began to make him a true rival, someone Musk feared. Musk knew that Bezos was just as committed to success and innovation as he was, and his persistence in achieving his goals only fueled Musk's growing concern. Second, Bezos's rise. One day, Musk heard about Blue Origin's announcement to send the first human to Mars. In that moment, Musk felt a sense of fear in his chest. Bezos's announcement seemed to deliver a blow to Musk's long-standing plans. From that point on, Musk's secret fear began to grow. He was no longer just competing in business. This race now had a personal element to it. While Musk was spending millions to get to Mars, Bezos was moving rapidly with his own plans, seemingly closer to achieving the same goal. Musk had become obsessed with this thought. Bezos might accomplish what he himself dreamed of much quicker. This realization led Musk to confront the harsh truth. While he was pouring every resource into SpaceX, Bezos was closing the gap, and it unnerved him. As the campaign continued and Musk gained more support, his internal conflict intensified. Musk had won over many with his promises and his ability to challenge the status quo, but at what cost? His relationships with those closest to him began to suffer, and the weight of the compromises he had made started to take its toll on his health and mental well-being. It wasn't until years later, after his presidency had ended and the dust had settled, that Trump began to reflect on that pivotal moment. He would often find himself lost in thought, wondering how different his life would have been if he had made a different decision. If he had stayed true to his principles, if he had put his family first, could things have turned out differently? These questions plagued him, even as he tried to move forward and focus on the future. But the regret remained. Third psychological battle. Who's the better leader? The rivalry between Musk and Bezos soon escalated beyond the business world. The two men were now facing off not only on the professional front, but also in terms of leadership. Musk, known for his bold and visionary leadership, found himself constantly measuring his own style against Bezos, who had a more calm and methodical approach to leadership. While both men sought to revolutionize their respective industries, they did so in vastly different ways. Musk's internal fear stemmed not just from professional threats, but from the personal challenge of leadership. Musk had always prided himself on being a man who led with vision and bold actions. But Bezos' steady, calculated leadership style started to unsettle him. Bezos was more strategic, always thinking several steps ahead, while Musk's tendency was to act quickly and decisively. In the long run, it became clear that Bezos' approach was far more effective in maintaining a competitive advantage. Musk's internal conflict deepened, and he began questioning his own abilities as a leader. Could he still be a successful leader in a world where the rules of business and innovation seemed to be shifting under his feet? Could he maintain the kind of boldness that had brought him so much success? Or was it time to shift his approach to be more like Bezos, more controlled, more strategic? The call from Amazon. One evening, Musk received an unexpected phone call in his office. It was from an Amazon executive requesting a meeting to discuss Blue Origin's new plans for Mars. Musk, startled by the request, prepared for the conversation, knowing it would likely challenge his own vision. The call was brief, but it was clear that Bezos was moving forward with his plans in ways Musk hadn't anticipated. In that moment, Musk realized just how much of a threat Bezos had become. He could no longer ignore the fact that Bezos, just like him, was pushing the boundaries of space exploration and was perhaps even better positioned to make it happen. The call shook Musk to his core. Bezos wasn't just a competitor, he was closing in on Musk's biggest dreams. 5. Musk's response. After the call, Musk went into overdrive. He knew that he had to accelerate his plans for SpaceX and Tesla, but the weight of the competition was beginning to feel overwhelming. Musk had always been confident in his leadership, but now he found himself questioning his every move. Each decision felt like it could be the difference between success and failure in a race he wasn't sure he could win. Musk began to realize that winning this race wasn't just about getting to Mars first, it was about proving to the world that his vision was the right one. He began working tirelessly on his own plans, pushing himself and his teams harder than ever before. But despite his best efforts, the fear of falling behind Bezos never left his mind. It was as if Bezos was always just one step ahead, watching, calculating. 6. Confronting the fear. One day as Musk sat in his office, staring out of the window, he thought about everything he had accomplished, his companies, his visions, his progress. But no matter how much success he achieved, one thing lingered in the back of his mind: the fear of losing to Bezos. This was no longer just about business rivalry. It had become a personal battle, one that Musk wasn't sure he could win. Musk had always prided himself on being a visionary, on being a man who took risks. But Bezos's cool-headedness, his calculated approach to every move, left Musk feeling vulnerable. Every time he pushed for progress, it seemed like Bezos was already one step ahead, ready to outpace him. The fear of being overshadowed by Bezos, of not being able to achieve the greatness he had always envisioned, started to consume Musk. 7. Rediscovering himself. Musk, after successfully sending humans to Mars, felt a brief sense of accomplishment. But despite the triumph, something was missing. Even as he accomplished what he had dreamed of, the threat and fear of competition remained. As he continued to grow SpaceX and Tesla, Musk had to confront his own fear of falling behind. The realization began to sink in. Maybe being bold and quick wasn't always the best path. Bezos' strategic approach, though slower, allowed him to think long-term and cover every angle. Musk's impulsive, risk-taking nature didn't always allow him that luxury. Every decision felt like it carried more weight, and every mistake more costly. 8. The silent race. Bezos' approach to competition was not aggressive in the traditional sense. He didn't lash out at Musk or publicly undermine him. Instead, he worked in silence, executing his plans with precision and patience. Musk, on the other hand, always felt the need to move quickly and boldly. But in the world of space exploration, speed wasn't always the key to success. Musk began to understand that Bezos' success came from his ability to plan years ahead, to make thoughtful decisions, and to remain calm under pressure. While Musk thrived in the fast-paced world of innovation, he had to learn to embrace the slow, deliberate pace that had made Bezos successful. The realization was both humbling and enlightening for Musk. 9. Looking to the future. As time passed, Musk realized that he couldn't always be in the lead. The fear of falling behind Bezos began to dissipate as he focused on his own vision and the progress he had made. Musk understood that success wasn't just about being first. It was about consistency, persistence, and innovation. While Bezos remained a powerful rival, Musk had to focus on what he could control: his own companies, his own goals, and his own future. 10. Musk's vision for tomorrow. In the end, Musk's story was not just about overcoming his fear of Bezos. It was about learning to balance ambition with patience. The journey to space, to Mars, and to humanity's future was never going to be easy. But Musk had learned that success wasn't just about being the fastest. It was about staying true to his vision, no matter the obstacles. And while Bezos would always remain a rival, Musk knew that the future was in his hands. 11. The turning point. A moment of clarity. As Elon Musk continued to race toward his goal of space colonization and technological revolution, he began to experience a moment of clarity, one that would change his approach forever. The constant fear of Bezos looming over him was starting to feel like a weight that he could no longer bear. For a long time, Musk had measured success only through external achievements. The first human on Mars, the fastest electric vehicle, the most efficient solar technology. But now he realized that true success wasn't about who got to Mars first. It was about how the journey was made. Musk spent days reflecting on his path. What truly mattered to him? Was it power, fame, or was it, perhaps, something deeper, the ability to inspire others and leave a lasting legacy? This was the turning point, the moment when Musk realized that he had been so caught up in competing with Bezos and the world that he had lost sight of his original purpose. The ultimate goal wasn't simply to outpace Bezos, but to create a world that benefited humanity, to push the boundaries of what was possible, not for glory, but for progress. 12. The new vision, a change in strategy. Musk's epiphany led him to change his strategy. Instead of focusing solely on beating Bezos at his own game, Musk shifted his mindset to one of collaboration rather than competition. He realized that the future of humanity wasn't going to be defined by who led the space race. It would be defined by how many people could contribute to the cause. Bezos, despite his cutthroat approach, was a visionary in his own right. Musk realized that if they worked together, their combined resources could accelerate the human race's journey towards space and sustainable energy. Musk began to reach out to other leaders in the tech industry, initiating discussions about how they could work together to create lasting change. The notion of competing against Bezos felt increasingly irrelevant. The world needed collaboration, not rivalry. Musk's new vision was one of unity, not just in business, but in advancing humanity's collective goals. This realization transformed Musk's approach to leadership. He began to focus on cultivating stronger relationships with his team and with his competitors, instead of trying to outdo them. The race to Mars wasn't just about technological advancements. It was about building a foundation for a new world where cooperation, not rivalry, was the key to success. 13. A personal struggle, facing his fear. Despite his newfound vision, Musk couldn't fully escape the personal struggle he had faced for so long. The fear of losing to Bezos, of being overshadowed by him, still haunted him. This internal conflict wasn't something Musk could simply turn off with a new strategic shift. He had spent years cultivating an image of strength and invincibility, but beneath the surface, there was a man terrified of inadequacy. For Musk, overcoming this fear wasn't about defeating Bezos or any other rival. It was about defeating his own self-doubt. Musk realized that the key to moving forward lay not in proving he was better than Bezos, but in proving that he could stay true to his values, despite the pressures of competition and public scrutiny. This battle was no longer just with Bezos, it was with himself. As Musk embarked on this personal journey of introspection, he began to make peace with his past decisions. He learned to embrace his flaws, knowing that they were a part of who he was. In doing so, he freed himself from the constant burden of comparison. Musk understood that his greatest achievements didn't lie in being the fastest or the first. They lay in the ability to push through fear and doubt to make the world a better place. 14. A new rivalry, the shift in focus. As Musk evolved, so did his focus. No longer preoccupied with Bezos, Musk began to turn his attention to other emerging rivals in the tech world. While Bezos remained a powerful force, Musk realized that the competition was no longer just about beating one man. It was about shaping the future in a way that benefited everyone. Musk's rivalry with Bezos evolved into something more productive. Rather than viewing Bezos as a competitor to outsmart, Musk now saw him as a catalyst for innovation. Someone whose presence in the tech world challenged Musk to be even better, to innovate faster, and to reach new heights. The rivalry in Musk's mind had shifted from one of fear to one of mutual respect. Musk knew that innovation wasn't a zero-sum game. There was room for multiple players, and the real challenge was finding ways to collaborate and push the boundaries of what was possible. With this shift in focus, Musk became more open to working with others who shared his vision, whether they were competitors, scientists, or engineers. The new rivalry was no longer about winning, it was about transforming the world together. 15. Legacy, the true meaning of success. As Musk's career progressed, he began to look beyond the immediate challenges of his business ventures and focus on his legacy. What would he be remembered for? What mark would he leave on the world? The answer, Musk realized, wasn't in the financial success of his companies or the speed at which he could accomplish his goals. His legacy would be defined by the impact he had on the future of humanity. Musk wanted to be remembered as someone who helped push humanity forward, someone who took risks not for personal gain, but for the betterment of the planet. He knew that his actions would define not only his own future, but the future of generations to come. This shift in perspective allowed Musk to finally make peace with the rivalry that had once consumed him. He realized that success wasn't just about beating Bezos or being the first to achieve something. It was about using his success to create a better world. Musk's true success would lie in his ability to inspire others to join him in the pursuit of a brighter future. If you found this story interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more.